Thank you, first of all, for being here.
Yes.
You know, I'm a little controversial, but I like to attack these issues head on and talk about them. And sometimes that rubs people the wrong way, but I think that the conversation is what's most important.
Me and you is not going at each other because we're trying to figure out who the smartest, who the best. No, we're not doing that. We're having a social conversation. Hopefully that the rest of the world could see that we doing this way, and that they could agree on sitting down and discussing instead of being angry with each other.
Well, I want to get into the main thing right now because we know what's going on in the country.
Yeah.
I want to know about the kneeling, and I want to know what you think about the kneeling for the national anthem, NFL, and I think it's spread beyond the NFL, but obviously it got to start with Colin Kaepernick kneeling for the national anthem, and now it seems as though we've got hundreds of players doing it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think with Cap, what he's doing, he expressed his opinion, and I feel like if the NBA or the NFL, I mean, these are professional athletes that make a lot of money, and they're there to play a sport. And whatever their religion or what they believes in, that's on them. And I feel like the only way that what they believe in is really going to change is through ownership. And I say it all the time, if you don't own nothing, you got to play by the rules. And which we love America, we love the flag, and this is one of the greatest countries in the world. This is the land of free expression, freedom of speech. So I don't get offended by it either way. Whether who's right or wrong is not my opinion. I can respect that he's truly believe in something, and he lost his job for what he believes in. He should still be in the NFL right now. But what he done, is he going to ever get back in the NFL? I don't think so.
Cap and I have something in common.
Yeah.
Most people probably wouldn't care to admit it, but we both lost our jobs over something that we believe in.
Yeah.
So I know that struggle, and I know that just like you, I never looked at myself like a victim. I said, you know what? That's fine. I'm going to deal with this.
Find something better.
And then I'm going to do exactly.
Well, one thing you got to say about Cap, he has turned into a leader for this culture. He really has, whether people like it or not. And I see that his heart is sincere. That's why I appreciate him. Because if it wasn't, then I'd be like, oh, you did this for attention.
So the original intent from Colin Kaepernick, or at least what he said, the reason he wants to kneel for the flag and the anthem was to protest police brutality, to protest systemic racism.
Yeah.
Do you think that what he was doing and the way in which he did it, do you think that he got that message out?
It's his way of expressing what he's been through. I think only to be a black man and deal with things of that nature is how you deal with it. We have all been through that. So it's not like it's not happening, but it's good police and it's bad police. It's good people, it's bad people. I just deal with it different. I don't take it personal.
So for me, the reason I chose to speak out about it pretty vocally was that it was the flag and the anthem. And for me, being close to the military community and close to veterans, I don't know if it was his intent to be disrespectful to veterans, but that's the way a lot of veterans felt. That's the way a lot in the military and the law enforcement community felt. And so I looked at it and I said, listen, you have every right to express yourself. If you want to call attention to something that you feel is important and you want to have a discussion about, hey, I'm all for it. But it was the way that he did it with the flag and the anthem to, like you said, the greatest country on the face of the earth. That, to me, that's what hurt, and I think that's what hurts a lot in the military community.
Well, I think even in the military community, I think that he didn't mean it like that. He was expressing himself. I love the military. My grandfather served the country. He fought in the war. And I just think right now social media blow things out of proportion.
Now, we both know what happens. We both know that there are problems with certain officers. But the way, to me, the NFL is blowing this up, and others in the entertainment world and the sports world, is that this is an epidemic, that police are out to get young black men. I mean, you're the father of a young black man. Did you raise your son to be fearful of the police? I feel like that's the problem.
So let me tell you, it's been times where I thought the police handled me wrong. It's been times when I needed the police and they was there. So I'm like, you know what? These are just people in uniforms. And so I don't get caught up with the police, even if some of them are overdoing it. You know, maybe they had a bad day. So you know what? I put my trust in God, and I just got to do what's right. and none of us perfect. And sometimes you might tell that same person that's being rude, angry to you, I kill him with kindness. Say, you know what, sir, how's your day? It changed the whole mood. I don't get caught up because I think if you get caught up and you start coming with aggression, that person has a gun. You don't have a gun. That person can take you to jail. You won't have to pay to get out. So it's like, you know what? Let's come to a happy medium.
From my perspective, it seems like, well, this is such a great country. I mean, you're making $19 million a year to throw a ball, and you're not happy with your country, and you're saying that flag doesn't represent you and it oppresses you. I mean, that's, for me, that's where they lost me.
But things change. That's what you got to realize. It's not 40, 50 years ago. Like me and you sitting down doing this interview together, things have changed. It's really not about black or white. People don't realize. It's about freedom of expression, freedom of speech, and just us being people.